Good, y'all. So mogul Tyler Perry is being sued by the Oval actor named Derek Dixon for $260 million over workplace sexual harassment and sexual assault allegations. Tyler Perry's attorney calls it a scam, which I believe. I mean, just the fact that he's seeking this much money is insane. Why not just go to the police and just file actual charges? You're just going civil and you're going after 200 plus $100 million. Unbelievable, man. So a bunch of text messages leaked between Tyler Perry and Derek Dixon. This is supposed to be evidence of Tyler Perry basically sexually harassing this guy. I'm going to read the text to you. So first, we have a picture of Tyler Perry next to a jet ski. He also has a life jacket on. The guy responds and says, "Nice picture. Yeah, the water does look calm." Tyler Perry responds and says, "Nice picture," with question marks. He goes, "Great, amazing, awesome picture." Tyler Perry says, "You don't see that stud in that nice picture?" Okay, first of all, Tyler Perry, pause, right? Listen, we've been heard rumors about Tyler Perry being gay. As a matter of fact, I remember when the Boondocks came out about an episode of Tyler Perry basically, sexually harassing, his actors that he would have in his movies and his plays. And Tyler Perry got that episode taken down like right after it aired that first night. I remember it was by far the funniest episode I've ever seen of the Boondocks, and Tyler Perry was pissed the fuck off, right? So I mean, that's very sus. Like, he's pretty much begging this guy, this actor, to compliment him next to a jet ski, bro, which is very suspect, bro. Very Diddy-ish, if I say so myself, right? So we continue. So the guy says, "I can call you later or tomorrow sometime." Tyler Perry responds and says, "You have a really fresh, nice voice and take on things." Pause. "I don't know where this is going, but I laughed the entire time. I could see the world and the characters. My exclusivity ends in 30 days. I want to take Losing It Out to Amazon and Netflix after that, engage their interest. But I also want to try and get you with the right people to help you make these shows work. They're not for my audience, but we need to find a home for this stuff. I don't want to miss another creek. You know that Eugene bought that to me first, but I didn't get it. Amin gets here tomorrow, so he's got my full attention. I'll be here." So then we have more screenshots of text between Tyler Perry and the guy. The first text says, "But I swear to you, I know how to fix this shit. I love killing a mother effer in a show that no one expects. You could be sipping my teas counting coconuts right now. Think about the last episode. They're all shot. We do not know who lives." Exactly. I'm scared. They should be too. Nope, they're not. Last I checked, we all got the same bullets in us. Okay, so we got more text. It says, "Right, and we just had a heaping dose of it, and now it's back to nothing. It's really weird. I didn't have any contact. What are you talking about? I haven't been touched in months." Whoa. Is Tyler Perry saying that? So the guy responds and says, "Oh, you mean touching? I thought you meant being around people." And Tyler Perry says, "Jacob." And the guy responds and says, "I love that you only say that when I'm being stupid. LOL. I guess the Jacob's dumbass version of me." Whatever. So more text, right? Tyler Perry says, "You know what? I cook, Derek." So then Derek responds and says, "Spaghetti? Cake?" Tyler Perry says, I'm so drunk talking shit." So Tyler Perry goes on to say, "What's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have y'all found that yet in therapy? Yes, it's the exact same kind of car, Geo Metro." Whoa, Tyler Perry. Whoa, brother. So Derek responds and says, "Giving up my religious guilt, becoming a Buddhist? That's so cool. Where you came from?" So Tyler Perry responds and says, "Unfortunately, Derek, I have friends who are in their 50s and 60s who are still dealing with that, and it's so sad. You can have freedom from religious guilt and still believe in," I'm assuming he said God after that because the screenshot's cut off. So then Tyler Perry says, "Treat myself right. What are you doing?" Right? So at this point, Derek hasn't responded. So Tyler Perry sends the third text in a row and he says, "Derek," in capital letters. Derek responds and says, "Talking to my sister." Tyler Perry responds and says, "Eye roll. Fine. Good night. I'll go through the 600 people in my phone book and be annoyed that I don't want to talk to any of them." Now, first of all, Tyler Perry, I hate to say this, bro. this is definitely looking like harassment, bro. I'm not going to say it's sexual harassment, but it seems like you're definitely harassing this man. You're trying to convince this man to do something that he doesn't want to do. And you're obviously flirting with this man when he doesn't seem like he's flirting back with you, right? And this is pretty much confirming that Tyler Perry is probably a homosexual. But I don't see any sexual harassment though, right? I see harassment. It seems like Tyler Perry is pretty much harassing the guy and trying to force the guy to talk to him when he wants him to talk to him, because Tyler Perry is sending multiple texts before Derek even responds, right? So we go on, right? So Derek responds and says, trying to get off so I can go to sleep. Whoa, okay, hold on. Okay, so Derek, you just told Tyler Perry that you're trying to get off so you can go to sleep. This isn't sexual harassment, brother. Derek, why would you tell a grown-ass man that you're trying to get off so you can go to sleep? Come on, bro. So Tyler Perry responds and says, I understand, LOL. Now, maybe he meant getting off of work. Right? Like, hey, let's give Derek the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he meant getting off of work, or, maybe he meant something like that, right? So Derek goes on to say, LOL, apparently you're not the only one that's been drinking tonight. Tyler Perry says, I just started. Derek responds and says, they didn't, LOL, right? So we got more text, right? So here's a text from Tyler Perry. It says, is that no? Is it stronger? You got to have a strong no. Derek responds and says, yes, it's strong. My mom literally thinks I'm going to sell my soul to the Illuminati. She heard Kanye West say that it's real. Tyler Perry responds and says, well, I don't think that, but I do think that you have been able to say no and mean it and make it clear. Derek responds and says, I'll only say yes if it gets me an Oscar. Then he says, just kidding, I hear you. Tyler responds and says, well, the only one who could have gotten that for you through sex is in prison. Just stick to the no. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Tyler Perry is a funny dude, bro. That was a funny response, bro. So Tyler Perry goes on to say, I would hope that you would let someone hold you and make love to you. Whoa. You are missing the best years of your life, my friend. Trust me, I hope you get past that block in your mind soon. So Tyler Perry, is this you basically telling Derek that you want to make love to him, bro? Holy shit. So Derek responds and says, well, it's not this person, but yes, I want that too. I'm working on it. Therapy is helping, right? So we got more text, right? So here goes Tyler Perry. He sends a big ass paragraph. He says, listen to me. If you let the cast know that you and I have a new friendship, then you are opening yourself up to a lot of questions and foolishness. You want them to know that you are there because of your talent and not because I have a friendship or because Tony got me to give you the job. You earn the spot like everyone else. Don't give people an opportunity to play you small or they will. I can't teach you everything. Unfortunately, there are things you'll have to learn for yourself. Because when we go back to work, I'm not going to know you. I don't have any friends that work for me, my friend. Professionalism is key. Facts by Tyler Perry, man. That's the most solid thing I've heard Tyler Perry say this whole conversation between him and Derek. That was a real thing that he said. So Derek responds and says, you're totally right. Tyler Perry says, I hope you got it, my friend. Derek responds and says, that makes total sense. Tyler responds and says, just watch the behavior of everyone around me on set. Derek says, yeah, I will. Don't want to give anyone that opportunity because work is work, right? So we have more text. Tyler says, they are stupid to think that, so stupid. I'm going to have a come to Jesus moment with them. I think I'm going to shoot all them, get shot. So Tyler Perry is obviously trolling. Tyler Perry ain't shooting nobody. Maybe Medea shoot somebody, but it ain't gonna be Tyler Perry. So Derek responds and says, that'll do it. They'll be like, wait, eyeball emojis. Tyler Perry says, I may need to shoot the shootout early. Derek says, like Tuesday, or maybe okay, that Beyonce song on the loudspeaker for everyone. Tyler says, I was just about to text you this, right? So those are pretty much the text messages between Derek Dixon and Tyler Perry. This is obviously a money grab. Obviously, Derek Dixon is probably a struggling actor. Maybe he's having a hard time getting new gigs. It could be because Tyler Perry is pretty much blackballing him from getting any gigs, because Tyler Perry knows that this guy's blackmailing him, right? I don't see any evidence of sexual harassment in any of these text messages, but Tyler Perry was flirting with this guy Derek, but Derek was doing the same thing back, right? Derek pretty much told Tyler Perry that he was trying to ejaculate so he can go to sleep, right? So I don't think this case is gonna go anywhere. I think it's gonna be pretty much dropped before it even goes to an actual court in front of a judge. And I just think it's sad that everybody is choosing to, you know, falsely make false claims against these successful black men, you know, because of things like, you know, the Diddy situation and R. Kelly. I think a lot of people are just looking at these successful black dudes as a quick meal ticket. And because of that, they're pretty much, you know, setting up dudes to pretty much get themselves caught up in some type of civil suit where they'll have to pay them a certain amount of money. But shout out to Tyler Perry, man. You know, Tyler Perry, you know, whatever you do with your booty hole, bruh, that's between you and God. You know what I'm saying? It's obvious that you're gay, right? And you know, that's your right, bro. I have no issue with that. You know, I just wish you would make better movies, man, because that new movie that you put on Netflix, garbage, absolute garbage, bro. I'm tired of you making these struggle black movies where it's making black people just look like they're just, you know, always going through a struggle or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Make better movies, bro. Anyway, it's your boy Wavy. Subscribe, leave a comment. I'm out.